All right, howdy world. We're back for part 2. We have our signs. We got them from New York. We have official Mafia signs. That's cool.
Right. Come on.
But we just finished Jurassic World 7. Fellas, we have been watching Jurassic Park movies for 32 years.
32 years.
That makes me feel a little old.
Very much so. Yes.
That being said, as much as I've loved them, it might be time for these things to die.
It needs to die.
So the premise of this movie is the world is no longer enthralled with dinosaurs. And that might have been the perfect... Because honestly, after this one, I don't know that I care anymore. So fellas, give me some thoughts. What were we thinking?
I've not been a big fan of the Jurassic World series at all. This is probably my favorite one out of the 3 that came before it.
Okay.
But again, I mean, the bar wasn't that high.
Sure.
Chris Pratt was the only thing that was really good. The ones before. I liked some of the dinosaurs that they worked with a little bit. Not to the point that I actually saw my favorite dinosaur there at the very end. The Ankylosaurus kind of popped out of the bushes, and I was like, there we go.
Yeah.
Now we recognize something.
It should be noticed, new casts, no callbacks, and a lot of new dinosaurs. With, of course, T-Rex does pop up.
Sure.
Can't do that.
You can't have a dinosaur movie without T-Rex.
But not a single raptor, which was interesting.
And he didn't appear to have he didn't appear to have any crazy mutations.
No.
Was like, okay, cool. Like,
it's just
swam.
It's just Rexy. Yeah, he could. Yeah, T-Rexes can swim in 5 foot deep water now. So that's good to know.
Scary, but good to know.
Yeah, for sure.
No, the Mosasaurus that came with Jurassic World shows up again, but there's really 2 that we hadn't seen yet. That were kind of the main dinosaurs of the story.
Right.
I don't know. I'm a big dinosaur fan, so I'll give it a 6 because of that. But the cast was mediocre at best. I mean, really. So.
Okay. Well, you ready?
Go ahead, man. Rip it.
Okay. So this facility's been closed for 18 years, but they've got what looks identical to a 2025 Hummer EV. Starts up.
No problem. Came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere. The batteries weren't dead at all. Music
randomly plays at night.
Yeah, the music played at night, which I did think about this. They never showed the village, and then all the lights come on. Like, were they just trying to keep the dinosaurs away from the village at night? Which makes sense, but we never saw the village. We never saw any other people.
No.
I walked into the movie late, and the first 20 minutes of what I saw of the movie really felt like it was a Lifetime movie. Yeah. Everyone was sad.
Very emotional.
It was very emotional. Everyone was sad, which I guess was foreshadowing because everyone was gonna die.
Sad,
and that would be sad. But at the very end, what really threw me was of all the boats that didn't make it, they survived on a raft. And while there was no other signs of any other species besides humans that were there and dinosaurs, dolphins appeared.
Dolphins.
And obviously...
Very close to the island, by the way.
They were very close to the island, yeah. They weren't scared to go that close to the island at all anymore. And I would say, since Bobby's not here, I'll speak on the CGI. I thought it was awesome.
Okay.
None of it really felt fake,
Right.
except the stinking dolphins. They were glowing.
Well, and the one time I really noticed it was when somebody was rappelling down to the floor. I was like, oh, that was really bad.
Yeah, that was very obvious. That was very obvious how they did that. Overall, it was just, I was entertained by it. I think the kids gave it way too high.
Way too high a score. I think they're just excited to get out and see a movie.
Honestly, that's probably the target audience at this point.
Yeah.
The kids.
Yeah.
Well,
and that's also probably always been true in these movies.
Hold on. So you had, I know we referenced Land Before Time with the little baby dinosaur.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, they totally ripped. They took that little girl and that dinosaur, and that was the Mandalorian and Grogu. I'm just saying. People need
Dora
to
the Explorer.
Yeah. She totally had Dora the Explorer. They need to quit. Be original.
Yeah.
They literally ripped off.
But that's the problem with Hollywood right now. There's no originality at all.
Yeah. There's several scenes from the original movie they tried to recreate.
Right.
One in the store in particular.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know. Musically, it was a mess. They kept playing the Jurassic Park theme
randomly,
song
and it was real loud. It was
It
It wasn't placed well.
No, it wasn't.
The beauty of the original movies was the music was perfect, and the way that they brought it up and it crescendoed, and now we're just throwing around the theme song
And
willy-nilly.
I'm really missing that actual comic relief that Goldblum had and Pratt had in both the other two series, right?
It's all too serious.
It is.
And even this whole idea of like, and it was funny because being that it was ScarJo in this role, and they had this whole backstory, you know, it kind of reminded me of when she played Black Widow, and her and Hawkeye always reference, you know, oh, does this remind you of Bangladesh or wherever it was in those movies? And it's like, okay, so you're going to have dialogue about this backstory we know nothing about.
Right.
No, don't do that. Like, don't, you know.
Yeah, we're just magically appearing on top of mountains.
Yes.
We're falling off of mountains, no sweat.
In the same day, they scaled
real tall
4,000 feet.
Yep.
And I love the little bit of humanity they tried to bring into this by having the other family.
Yeah.
But quite honestly, they could have had the movie without that.
100%.
They absolutely brought that family in so they could have a reason to have a little girl on this island. Like, literally. Like, it worked for Lilo and Stitch. Stop it. It doesn't work for dinosaurs.
Although we did get some really cool swag.
Cool swag today.
Yes.
Between this and our signs,
and the sign is
we're feeling pretty hot today.
Yeah.
And we got to hang out together.
I missed out on that. It is a Wednesday and we got to hang out. But yeah, man, I don't know. That's my only issue is they tried to make it too nice.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs obviously are not nice. That's why they've had a 30-year franchise about them.
Right.
Sorry. If I directed the movie, the little girl wouldn't have made it.
Yeah. I was going to make a joke about clearly dinosaurs don't like dark meat, but that's probably not good.
This is the one.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a horror movie, so that's why other people died first.
There's one guy, like no reason why he shouldn't have died. He just didn't. Just didn't. Yeah.
No,
whatever.
no.
This movie's a mess. I'm going to give it
really
a 3.
No.
And the 3 is because it's still cool to see the T-Rex on screen.
Yes.
The big baddie, honestly, is pretty stupid looking.
I agree.
The big baddie, it really felt like the Predator movies.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was a problem for me.
Yeah.
Because, again, like, at this point in the movie, this poor girl has been scarred so much. She's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Or if you've ever seen the movie The Guyver, that kind of B-rated movie, it's the main lieutenant of the bad guy, right? It looks just like the dude.
I totally, I called this out, and it evidently I was wrong. I expected the little baby dinosaur to be that was the mom. And then that's why it would have spared the little girl.
Yeah.
And obviously they didn't explore that. So if you're really trying to get kids' hearts, that was your chance, and you missed it. You blew it,
So there you go. Josh, what do you got? What number?
I'd give it a 5 because I intentionally went in trying to rip this movie, and they made it easy. So I'll be a little bit nicer than you guys.
28 years later and clown in a cornfield.
It was better than 28 years later.
We're scoring that higher on purpose.
Yes.
Fair enough. Okay. In that instance, I think, yes. I'll give that a 4 now. How about that?
All right. Go see it out of reverence for the fact that this is the end of an era.
This is officially our longest review ever.
Yes.
We could probably rip it some more.
Good.
Oh, I got 10 minutes left. There was
good.
so much wrong with this movie.
All right, Bobby, Jared, we missed you guys. See y'all later. Bye.